right. Hi, everyone. I think we're all kind of still trying to absorb exactly what the Supreme Court has said. It was a very interesting hearing today that happened in the response to two different petitions. The first was from the Federation of Automotive Dealers Association of India, FADA, and the second was from HMSI, or Honda Motorcycle and Scooter India, both for the same point, and so which is why the court agreed to hear them together. And of course, this was about the extension of the deadline for sale of BS4 vehicles in India. Now, before the environmentalists get their panties in a twist, let me quickly explain why this was asked for. Now, if you remember, there have been many moves where people have gone to court before and asked for such a similar extension, saying that, look, we just can't do it, lockdown, because don't forget that you can only sell BS4 vehicles in India till the 31st of March. Now, having gone into a 21-day lockdown, you're not able to sell those vehicles. And even the ones that did get sold before the lockdown, you could get great deals on BS4 vehicles. You weren't necessarily getting the cars or bikes because you were not being able to register them. And that became a massive worry for all the dealers because they had all this inventory. Some of it was sold, and they were not being able to, they were not being able to actually proceed with that sale because people were being told that, look, we're not going to register anything right now anyway, come back when we reopen. And that was going to be after the deadline had expired. So what has happened today? For those of you who don't know, the Supreme Court heard everybody out. It was interesting. It was a video conferencing hearing because everybody is sort of on work from home, etc. So all the advocates representing the various plaintiffs, as well as, of course, the judge bench itself, if you will, that has been hearing all of these cases even in the past. They have heard everybody out today, and they have basically. Hold on, I'm going to try and get you the names of those judges really quickly. Arun Mishra and Deepak Gupta. Justices Arun Mishra and Deepak. I want to give you a caveat here. This is the basic headline that we've got from the court so far. The actual final order gets issued and into the hands of those who have actually gone to court only around, I'm guessing about 7 o'clock. So it's another hour away from now. So there could be some more finer details, maybe some caveats, maybe some, necessary to be sort of handing out to you at this point. What I am going to do also is that right here on the chat window, I am posting the link for our story. So those of you who have not got this news yet, there it is, 10 days after the lockdown lifts. So lockdown lifts on the 14th of April. So we're thinking to 24th of April, you can sell 10% of all pending BS4 stock. Just 10%. That means 90% will be pending. And why I feel this is unfair, if I've understood this correctly, is that if you did all of that stock, now whether you had a lot or less to liquidate depends on the manufacturer, the part of the country you're in, the dealer that you are. And some of this was well planned by some manufacturers, some has not been. We've heard about how certain manufacturers like Bajaj have gone to town saying we don't need an extension because you know what, they've already liquidated that stock. So has Royal Enfield, from what we understand. But other players like HMSI, like Hero, they have massive amount of volumes still pending. So on the car side, things are a lot better. But again, on the car side, the problem was that a lot of cars were sold but not registered yet. So now you have this 10-day period to be able to do that. However, on those vehicles which are pre-sold but not registered, if they are pre-sold, sold before the lockdown started, well, no problem there. In that case, you can go ahead and register them. The RTOs will be instructed by the court's order to carry out that registration. So, that is vehicles which aren't yet sold. And there's another little caveat there. You can't have any of this happen, the 10% sales, in the NCR region. So Delhi is not included here, which is obviously going to be a huge blow to a lot of manufacturers as well, because firstly, you'll have 90% stock you won't know what to do with. And then, all right, now, for those of you who are with me, I'm getting messages from people saying there's a lot of buffering happening. So if you can hear me, give me a like, or actually, it would be great if you can also give me a comment, because then I will know for sure that you guys are with me. All right, let me just. already gotten in touch with a lot of dealers. We've spoken with the Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers. We've also spoken with, as well as the FADA, the people who took this to court in the first place. All right, now I'm getting a message saying unable to connect to chat. Please try again later. So yeah, I can see a few thumbs up now. So thank you for that. Any more of those would be great because uh, that way I'll know for sure that you can actually. We've spoken with Siam. Everybody's waiting for that final order, and they are waiting now for some so that they can actually react. And which is why, all right, let me see. I don't know why I can't get this chat going. Okay, so basically the point here now is that everybody is going to by and by react to this because the good part is that while the lockdown is on, in any case, nothing can happen, and so we have enough time to be able to absorb this. But there's going to be interesting measures, and for those of you who have been sort of maybe waiting till the end of March to get that fantastic deal, I can tell you what that deal's coming because there are going to be those few vehicles, especially on the two-wheeler side. There's going to be lots of vehicles where people are going to want to now definitely, uh, yeah, definitely, offer as much as they can just to be able to give people this, chance to buy off that. Remaining inventory, and so we still don't know if it's going to be 10% or more. All right. Going back to the other point about what are the vehicles that we are expecting some of these deals to now come on. I think, like I said, mostly motorcycles and scooters. There's a huge amount of inventory at Hero. We are told HMSI as well, some at TVS, but largely it remains these three players. On the car side, there are a lot of people, especially dealers for brands like Volkswagen and Toyota, Nissan, that we are being told have got a lot of BS4 stock that has been sold. But like I said, those registrations had not yet been carried out. And so, which is why the good part here is that some amount of this could now shift online because if you go ahead and start selling online, the car gets or bike gets booked, and then you have the chance to go ahead and register it later on. Because right now we're still within the original deadline period. That's till 31st March, and so there is an opportunity there, if you will, where we can actually try and avail of some of these benefits that the court has now agreed to, because not being able to register was the biggest hurdle, and now I believe that that hurdle has been crossed. I am going to try one more time to see if there's a way to get this. No, I don't know why it won't connect to the chat, because it's got the option here for a live chat, and that was the whole point of being able to do this. All right, we'll try this out for another 2 or 3 minutes, because otherwise, what I can say is that if all of you can start going ahead and sending me your questions on Twitter, now I'm live here with you. I'm very happy to at least try and answer some of them. At Sid Partner on Twitter would be great, and let's at least try and make the best of this right now. Technology at the best of times will let you down, as you and I both know, and so yeah, well, we'll see. Let's try and make the best of this. So let me update my Twitter. Actually, online watching this right now with us, so that's great. But nope, still can't get that live chat going. I don't get why. This is really annoying, but I shouldn't repeat myself. That must be equally annoying for you. All right. I'm not even sure any of you heard me say that about going to Twitter. And so, which is why